So there are two common FAQs folks have. Let's take an example of Mirror. Like I write an article. Okay, so let's say I put it out in Mirror and there's a URL. When you say that somebody is minting, one of the common questions that I get is, do I not have the ownership of the article anymore? Okay. That's one thing. Second thing is, can there be multiple copies?
Okay, think about it this way, right? By design, technically you want to say that every NFT is unique. Right? And by design, you would want to have one of one, which means there is no addition. This is the only copy, which also makes it incredibly more valuable, which makes it, if you are pricing it, it would make it incredibly more expensive. And only one person could own it. And hence you look at something known as additions, say this is one of whatever, one of 10 or one of 200. So I know a bunch of artists or a bunch of creators who say, here's what I'm going to do. I was going to mint a photo and I was going to sell it for 20 Ethereum. What I'm instead going to do is I'm going to sell 200 copies of this at 0.2 Ethereum.
Got it.
So think about what you want to do. Do you want to put out an article there and want many people to own it? Or do you want to put out an article there and say it's so rare because there's just one that you want somebody to pay a lot of money, right? Now, what usually happens is, think about what your end goal is. If you are looking at building a community, if you're looking at building a space for people with a shared purpose, ideally what you want is you want many people to be able to own that. Right? Which is when they have that sense of shared purpose. Now, if they do that, then minting a one-of-one might be tough, which is why if you see the NFTs that are minted today, which are larger collections. So when you look at Bored Apes or Cool Cats, all of those JPEGs that you see, they don't mint 5 or 10, they mint 10,000. Each of them is unique, right? But there are 10,000 of them. So at best, you would have 5 to 8,000 people owning 1 to 2 each, but you would have a good congregation of people who would then speculate on it, discuss about it, do partnerships, take it places and do all of that. If you minted just one, right, it would take, you can totally do that. It's absolutely acceptable. You can look at a bunch of artists, incredible work, but only one of ones. They don't have additions, they don't do those like ACK, a bunch of these guys do Hacketao, only one of one. But their collectors are usually people who will pay 50 Ethereum, 60 Ethereum to buy one piece of art. It's a very different audience. But if you're building a community, because most of your creators, ideally on this side, having more people participate makes more sense.